Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be updating my reading journal first. And this first spread is for a blmanga I read. That's actually the sequel of one I read earlier this year. So it's called I Didn't Mean to Fall in Love, Double. You may remember that I really enjoyed that manga because, first of all, the author drew the backs of earrings and I thought that was just so impressive, but also because the main character was like very precious. And so this story is actually following the male lead, and for good reason. I don't like to give heavy spoilers on this channel, but per usual there will be some mild spoilers, but I feel like I can't not talk about what the second volume is about. So the main character of the story, Yoshino, he's still one of my favorites. He's just so precious, and I feel like he got to show a cool side of himself as well. There was this one scene where he was teaching Rue how to smoke, and I think Rue is still very much so himself too, like from the first volume, and that's actually kind of the issue. I feel like a lot of stories focus on jealousy arcs, like sequels always focus on jealousy arcs. It's like once the main characters get together, they don't know what to do. And I mean, in this instance, it makes sense because the main character is so inexperienced with dating. So I guess it makes even more sense, especially because Rue was kind of like purposefully playing games in the first volume. But I just wish authors would pick a different conflict for new couples to have. But I will say, I do think it was kind of like a fresh take on just like a boring jealousy arc, because the two of them communicated the whole entire time. Like there were no misunderstandings, which is usually how jealousy arcs work, is that like one character will be kind of close to some other man for some reason, and then another character misinterprets that, and that's just so played out. That's been done so many times before. But actually, because Rue, the male lead, is so honest, like that's what actually makes Yoshino start to like fret about their relationship. And that's why it was really important, I think, for this story to be told from the male lead's point of view, because like if this story was just following the main character around as before, you would have been like, oh, he's cheating, like that man's a cheater. But no, our male lead is just like very overly helpful and very friendly. My main complaint is that I just wish there had been more of the main character. It's just like, I feel like I have not ever read a story like that, or at least a sequel like that, where like the main character kind of wasn't even there, ? You got to see so little of the main character and the male lead together, which makes me so sad because they're really such a cute couple together. And I just feel like if the plot was going to be like that, where the male lead and the main character were kind of like separated, you know, to like show some strains in the relationship, I just wish it would have been for a different reason. And like I said, I do think this was a fresh take on one partner getting jealous, quote unquote jealous. So I liked it, but I'm just kind of sad because it's like, you know, that was the sequel. Like I'm assuming that's the end of the series. And also it's kind of funny because so many books just like are so like low on plot. Like there's nothing really going on, and it's like you're getting characters that aren't all that interesting either. And in this one, it's the exact opposite. It's like the characters are so interesting and I wish we could spend more time with them just doing even literally nothing. But the mangaka was like, no, there's going to be plot. But yeah, I still like the story a lot. I just thought it was kind of strange that like the main character wasn't even there for so much of it. I need to see if this mangaka has any other work that I'm interested in, because I really have enjoyed both of these volumes so much, and especially the characters, like they're just so cute together. Also, I was trying to make this spread look sort of like reminiscent. What a word at 10:14 in the morning on a Sunday. I was trying to make it look similar to the last spread I made for volume 1, because I really liked that spread, and I guess it's kind of similar. I hope everything I just said made sense, because it's actually been 2 weeks since I've been able to record a video. So I feel like number 1, I'm out of practice speaking, and number 2, it's just been so long since I even read this manga. Oh, also I did want to say though, the reason why I was wondering too if this mangaka has like any other works I'd be interested in is because like there's a new character that's introduced into the series, and I know that a lot of times authors will do that, like they'll add a character so that way, you know, they can do a spin-off story later, so that random side character can, you know, have like their whole entire little world. And I was wondering if that was the case here, like maybe the reason like so much of this new character was featured is because the author is going to write a story about them. Anyway, as far as sequels go, this one is a little unsatisfying, I guess, but it's still a good manga in general, and I really enjoyed this series, and I still feel like you should read it, if only to see that one panel where the author drew the backs of the male lead's earrings. The next spread I'm making for today's video is my June reading log. Here I am once again, feeling lost now and then. Here I am once again, way late, showing you last month's reading log. But anyway, I actually think that I made spreads for almost every single thing that I read this month, which is really crazy. Like the first thing I read this month was Shout Loud My Heart, which I talked about in another video. And then I read My Oh My Atomikun Volume 2, which I also talked about in another video. and then I read Newlywed Special Admission Season 2, and then I read I Can't Get Through the Night Alone, and then I read Fated Not to Meet. So yeah, I literally talked about every single one of those things in different videos. If you missed any of my past videos, then my thoughts are there. But after all of those, I read a manhwa called Problematic Leadership Activities. It has not been officially translated yet, so I don't know if that's what the actual title will be if it ever does get translated. But it's by Rab, who is the same author as Give Me Some Attention, which is a short story that I read earlier this year that I really enjoyed. It was kind of like psychological a little bit, which is different for me. I don't usually read that. But Problematic Leadership Activities had really been on my radar. I was waiting until, season 1 was finished and, the person, whoever's doing the translating, was finished translating it. Also, I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I kind of feel like the translation wasn't the best, but I can never complain. Beggars can't be choosers. But anyway, the manhwa is about these 2 high school students, and one is, I think, the head of like the school disciplinary like student committee thing, and the other student is new to the school and he seems like a delinquent. So of course, the leader of the disciplinary committee, of course he's going to be like, no one's going to be a delinquent under my watch. So he's kind of scary himself. Like, he really runs a tight ship. And of course, because of that, they continue meeting, and you really get to come to understand that the one student isn't a delinquent at all. He kind of like has his reasons for behaving the way that he was, and you start to know a little bit more about his backstory. And I think that's where the psychological aspect of this manhwa is really going to kick in. Like, I don't think there's going to be anything sketchy between the main characters, just someone from the male lead's past. So yeah, I liked it. I feel like kind of nothing happened. Like, you really got to, see the characters begin to get closer and learn more about them, but nothing like big has happened yet. So I don't even think season 2 is ongoing yet in Korea, so it'll probably be forever before I pick it back up. So I'll probably have to reread season 1 before I do. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. After that, I read I Didn't Mean to Fall in Love double, and then to end the month, I read a novel called The South. I just so happened to be like scrolling through Libby one day to see like what my library had, and something about this book just like called out to me. I don't know what it was, because like the cover's not very nice, there's nothing interesting or eye-catching about it. I don't know what it was that called out to me about it. Like, the title's not even, it's like, that's very vague, The South. But it turned out to be a family saga drama sort of thing, which I thought was very interesting. And also, it's set in Malaysia during like the late 90s, I believe. And I always really enjoy reading about other cultures. Of course, I feel like I knew nothing about Malaysia other than I watched this one YouTuber who lives there, but like, what is that? Like, she's literally a lifestyle blogger. Like, she could live anywhere. So many lifestyle bloggers do the same things, right? But it was very interesting to learn about Malaysia and kind of like the discrimination that ethnically Chinese people can face. And yeah, it was just kind of about like, a messy family drama. But I will say, and this is a big spoiler, but I do think it's important because this is not revealed until like 50% of the way through the book. The main character is a high schooler named Jay. He's not like the only character, but I feel like the story is really told like mostly from his point of view. But anyway, he has this like childhood friend that he begins to develop romantic feelings for. And this childhood friend is the son of the man who kind of like takes care of their like family farm sort of thing that they have. And you find out that the man who takes care of their farm is actually secretly the half brother of his father. And so if you're not following me, that would mean that his childhood friend that he now has a romantic relationship with is his first cousin. No, thank you. And it's not that I think that like the book was like pro kissing your cousin or anything, but the book is apparently part of a planned series. And like, what does that even mean? Like, have you written the other books yet? Like, are they coming out? Because I'm so sure like that's going to be one of the things that like, is part of like this whole big family drama. Like, they're going to find out that they're cousins and it's going to be like a big deal. But like, who even knows if or when the other books are going to come out? But it was very atmospheric, really good for summer. And I read it, like it wasn't an audiobook. I physically put my eyes to my iPad screen and read it. And Libby said it only took me like 4 hours to read. That's kind of crazy. So I guess it's also a shorter book. But yeah, that's everything I read in June. It's strange. I'm like looking at how long this took me to tell you all of this. And it's like, usually I have to talk about like, I don't know, 5 other separate works that I haven't told you about. And it took me just as long to tell you about what, 2 things, 3 things? Honestly, I may have to like edit out a lot of this. I don't know, because I also kind of wanted to tell you about the books that I started and did not finish this month, especially the one I DNF'd. It had one of those like unlikable narrators, which is just not my cup of tea. Maybe I will do that though at some point later in the year, just like talking about everything that I started reading this year and never finished. But anyway, this spread is finished. For the last spread of this video, honestly, it should not take long at all to make. I wanted to make a spread about the stuff that I bought recently. I kind of had like a little breakdown moment because the colored pencils I wanted to buy myself and did buy myself, they like went up by like $2 or something like that. And that was so annoying to me. And I was like, this is what I get for waiting, for hesitating. And I was like, I always do this. Like, I never want to get myself anything. I always feel guilty for buying myself anything. And so because I was having that little breakdown, instead of just kind of being sensible and getting what I wanted, or like a couple of things that I wanted, I got everything that my heart wished for at the moment. So in addition to my colored pencils, which I have been loving, I also got two, not one, but two Vera Bradley pouches. What? Like, what year is it? Is it 2012? I grew up loving Vera Bradley so much. I think I first started getting Vera Bradley stuff maybe when I was in like 5th grade, I want to say. So I have such a cute little, like, I don't want to say vintage, but I have such a cute little collection of Vera Bradley stuff from the late 2000s to early 2010s. But I'm so happy I got both of them. The red and white pouch is literally big enough to fit my coloring book, which is so amazing. Like, what? And I also put like my big pack of colored pencils in there. And then the smaller pouch I got, it's actually supposed to be a cord organizer. So there's like a lot of little like pouches and like things on the inside of there. But I'm just using it to store my like smaller boxes of colored pencils, my like specialty boxes of colored pencils. I'm so happy with both of them. I've also like, I don't know, I'm just beginning a Vera Bradley renaissance because I was telling my best friend about how I got them, of course. And she was on vacation recently and she went to the Vera Bradley outlets and got a little toiletry bag. And I was like, oh, it's happening. I also got a new coloring book, as I was talking about before. I'm kind of, this is really my fault, but the coloring book that I got, it was like Christmasified essentially. And I was like, oh, it'll be okay. Like, there's not a whole bunch of pages in there that are Christmassy. The little flip through that I'd watched before was the old version. So when I was flipping through mine, I was like, oh, wait a second. As you may or may not know, I'm a Christmas uncelebrator. I do not celebrate Christmas. I don't really love the holidays or that time of year in general. And also, there's only so many weeks in December. So I'm like, I have like, I don't know, 15, 20 pages now of like Christmassy themed things to color. And it's like, I'm not going to get through that within like a 4-week span of time. It's okay. It's definitely my fault. I'm a little annoyed, but it's okay. I think next time, if I have any money, which I won't, but next time Target does their little buy two, get one free sale on books, I think I'm going to get 2 coloring books. And then I also got my journal for next year, which is like kind of crazy. I don't know why. I was just like, what if the price of the journals goes up? Or like, what if they don't have this color anymore? It's like this really beautiful, like pale yellow color, kind of butter yellow, sort of. So I have it now. But yeah, I just, instead of, you know, being responsible and only buying like my colored pencils and maybe like the coloring book, I was like, what if I just bought everything I want right now? Mind you, that's how some people live day to day. Like, that's their everyday life. They're like, what if I just bought $100 worth of stuff right now? I don't understand how those people operate. One thing about like not ever having any money is that like, it doesn't matter if the temptation is there. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, there's no funds in the National Bank of Sheree. So it's like, what can you do if you want something? You just have to want. Speaking of things that I wanted, because I'm in this little like Vera Bradley renaissance, oh my gosh, there's this one pattern. I don't even know what it's called now, but it's so cute. It's like yellow and there's like some elephants. It's like definitely from like probably maybe the mid 2000s. And I saw a woman on, I don't know if it was a woman, one just assumes, but I saw someone selling it on eBay. It was like this little wallet with that print. And I was like, oh, it was so perfect. And like, they didn't live too far away either. So like, I feel like the shipping was way cheaper. And also it probably would have been here in like 2 days. And altogether it was only going to be like $13 or something like that. Like under $15. I literally don't need a wallet though. Once again, even if I had the money, I did not need to buy that. I don't, oh my gosh, I wish y'all knew more about me, honestly. I am not a purse carrier. I'm not a bag carrier. I'm not a wallet carrier. Like, if I have something important that I need to bring, I will ask whoever I'm with, usually my mom, if I can please put that in their purse, whatever it may be. I have such a deep fear of losing stuff. That's how I don't know how people put like things on their bags, their purses, all their little bag charms. You're not scared for your life that you're gonna lose that. I used to regularly have certain anxiety dreams. Like, some of them I would be like losing my way somewhere. Somewhere I'd be like at school and like for some reason like my mom wasn't coming to get me. And one of the categories of anxiety dreams was me dropping things. Me like losing things, me dropping a bunch of stuff and not being able to pick it up. Like, the wind's blowing, like some forces happening that like I can't gather everything back together and like I'm losing stuff. I think it's because I was so forgetful as a child. Like, oh my gosh, I used to lose stuff all the time. The ADHD tax or whatever they say. I still remember I had this denim jacket and I swear it was brand new from Limited 2 and I left it on the playground. And when I remembered, oh yeah, I had brought a jacket out here with me and I went back to get it. It was gone. Of course it was. Thieves. Anyway, I don't even know what version of this video you're going to hear because I've been talking so much that so much of this is going to have to be cut out. But that was the last spread for today's video. So now we can go put all of them into my digital journals. I'm actually supposed to be recording another video right now because I thought, you know, while I have the time, I need to do it. But I just actually don't think I can because I feel so mentally just like, I don't know, I feel so brain foggy right now. I'm so happy to be back with another journaling video though. I really enjoyed putting my vlog together last time. Like I forgot how much work that takes though, like how long captioning takes. That's probably why like mentally I was putting it off, like editing the vlog. I was like, that's gonna take forever. But I'm always really thankful for all of your support no matter what I'm doing, no matter what type of videos that I'm putting out. I'm so scared though that somehow next week I won't be able to record the other video that I want to record right now, and then it'll just push it back even further. It's not like it's time sensitive, but it is kind of like it's something summer related, so I would like for it to still be somewhat summer. I mean, I know that August is still summer as well, but you know, I'd like it to still be like summer. My cramps are so bad right now, and I feel like I'm inside of a snow globe. I don't even know what that means, but I always get like this whenever Mother Nature comes to visit. Like my brain just isn't working. So many TMIs today. Okay, thank you so much everyone for watching today's video. Everything I used in today's spreads will be in my Pinterest board, and the link to that is in the description box, along with the links to my other social media accounts, as well as links to the Google Drive folders for my stationery deco kits. I hope that you had fun. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And it's July, so I hope that you're staying nice and cool. Please don't be in the sun. If it is summer where you live, it's too hot. And make sure to stay hydrated. Please drink water. With that said, I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.